I'm Dr. Michael Breus, the sleep doctor.
And I'm Stacey Griffith.
She is the lead trainer at SoulCycle, one of the top fitness trainers in the world. And we are hanging out at the Met on a beautiful day, talking about energy and talking about sleep.
We are. And during these times we have to accommodate COVID, but today we don't have masks on, but we can't show up really with a big crew. So we're doing a little iPhone and a little, SLR camera.
You bet.
So we've got it going.
Absolutely.
As we should.
Absolutely. So when we're hanging out, we've been talking for a little bit of time here. And the first thing I want to talk with you about is energy.
Yes.
Right? And so when I came to you and said, I'm thinking about writing something about energy, what is your definition of energy? What do you think?
That's ironic because my definition of energy is getting a good night's sleep and training. So
exactly.
That's why I think our book is going to be amazing because
100%.
We're blending our two professions together. And Michael created a chronotype for sleep that we figured we could also create for fitness. And
it worked out really well because we looked at body types and we looked at chronotypes. So we all know that we sleep in these kind of 4 different genotypical swim lanes called our chronotypes: lion, bear, wolf, and dolphin. What are you?
I'm a lion.
You're a lion because I'm a wolf. That's another thing that's kind of interesting about us is she's the early riser and I'm the late nighter.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
That's a good combination, but we also talk about combinations in your partnerships and your work relationships and everything too. So.
And that's a whole nother area is with our new book, when we're talking about the programs in the book, we have a sleep program and we have a movement program.
Yeah.
And when we've got 2 programs in the book, sometimes different people like to do things a little bit differently. So
it's very true. But I mean, my question always to you, and I've never been able to ask you this, but how did you even get into being the sleep doctor?
So it was completely by accident. So originally, I was actually interested in your field. So I wanted to be a sports psychologist.
But you kind of are.
I know, it's vast, right? I kind of got to do that anyway. So I wanted to be a sports psychologist, and I was going to an internship, and they had a sleep aspect to the internship. And to be honest with you, I couldn't get into the internship.
Right.
Only the Harvards and the Yales and the Princeton folks went there. I went to the University of Georgia, top 20, but not quite Harvard. So I said, what if I get into that program? Can I transfer into the sports program? And they said, well, we're not sure. And so I applied for it and I got into the sleep side and I figured, I'm not going to tell them. I'm just going to transfer once I get there. By the 3rd day, I absolutely fell in love with clinical sleep medicine.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I help people like this.
Yeah, I love that.
Right? And you kind of do the same thing.
And I kind of fell into my profession that way as well because I was a camp counselor at a YMCA and one of the fitness instructors didn't show up to the abs class. So they're like, go ask that babysitter over there. And so I ended up teaching an abs class at 18 years old. And the rest is kind of history. I just kind of fell into fitness and here I am 30 years later.
In excellent shape, by the way.
Well, thank you. Well, we're exactly the same age, by the way.
We're
both
almost
53.
identical age, even month-wise.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We have a lot in common, and that's kind of why we wrote the book. But when you're talking about sleep in a whole host of different ways, we know that some people will work out too close to bedtime, some people will wake up too early to work out. And so one of the things that we've oftentimes talked about is the timing of when you should do different things. And we learned a few things based on some of your ideas as well. So movement actually happens for different people in different ways.
Exactly.
Right? And so you told me one time that when you looked at me, you knew what exercises I would be good at after I trained a little with you. And then but some of those exercises might not be good for somebody who didn't have my body type.
And that's really what I think one of the best things about this book is going to be is that a lot of people are doing yoga that hate yoga, or they're spinning and they don't like spinning, or they're running and their hips hurt. It's it's almost like a prescription for every person. When you should go to sleep, when you should train, and it's never been done before. It's so specific.
Yeah, one of the things that we really liked about it is if you don't like to do crunches, you don't do crunches, right? Right? I mean, that's the best part. And so we actually fit exercises. So just like we fit sleep schedules to your chronotype, now we're actually going to be fitting exercise schedules to both your chronotype and your body type. And so we're going to mix it up. We're going to have some fun. But the data is real. We ran it on over 5,000 people, and it came back awesome. So you guys are going to learn a ton about energy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can't wait. Energize.